The Quest 3 is well on its way, as you probably already know. In fact, next month on September 27th, we're expected to get a ton of more information, including a release date and price at Meta Connect. In fact, I'll actually be at Meta Connect in person. I was invited to go and check out what they've got going on. So put your comments down below with what you want to know or the questions you have, and I'll see what I can find out while I'm there. There's been more leaks about the Quest 3 than a plumber that doesn't know what he's doing, so let's talk about what we've got going on now. It was recently found in the newest firmware update, a Quest 3 room mapping visualization, which is what you're seeing on screen right now. This is found by Samulia and posted by UploadVR and on Reddit. What you're seeing here is a visual representation of what the Quest 3's room mapping will be like, apparently. Now, this little friendly dude, I actually wouldn't mind running around my room. It's kind of cool to see him hiding behind the furniture. What you're seeing, though, is the depth sensor sensing the room itself and mapping out the furniture. See, it looks like it automatically detected the couch and added the couch in. This is one of the game-changing updates for the Quest. Not only because with the Quest 3, you're going to be able to more easily map your rooms, but because this is going to enable a lot of amazing content. In fact, mixed reality is going to be a big part of the Quest 3. Not that it's going to replace virtual reality, but just that it's going to be a big part. And I can tell you right now, I wasn't originally excited about mixed reality until I played a few experiences, and holy crap, they're just really, really good. Especially this one for Aspire 2, the Aspire MR missions. It's just a load of fun playing these missions in your real environment, and that's playing on a Quest Pro. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like to actually have a depth sensor and better pass-through cameras, so it's going to be even better. I even played an early access build of Smash Drums, where your actual room gets destroyed around you as you play the drums to these heavy songs, and it was already really, really cool. People get excited about the Apple Vision Pro, but in all honesty, the Quest 3 does most of what that does. Not all of it, because it's just not as expensive, and obviously the screens are better and the pass-through cams are probably going to be better, all that stuff, but probably 90% of what Apple Vision Pro can do, the Quest 3 can do as well, even if it's not quite as good a quality based on the fact that it's way less expensive. But the pass-through cameras are supposed to be way, way better than the Quest Pro and the Quest 2. Depth sensor, tons of mixed reality stuff. Makes me excited. This is why I want to talk about this firmware leak for the Quest 3 mapping, because this is going to enable a lot of really cool stuff, even in small spaces. Picture the fact that, like this golf simulator here, for instance, if you want to play golf in a simulator and you don't want to be in an actual golf location, you want to do it in your own room, you can do that with this golf simulator that I was recently given access to. And that's really cool. And the Quest 3 is just going to make it even better. Needless to say, the Quest 3 has me very excited for mixed reality, way more than I was expecting to. And that's on top of how excited I am about the power, the screens, the weight, everything about the Quest 3. I'm chomping at the bit to get my hands on this thing. Speaking of the size and the weight of this thing, look at this picture that was posted on Twitter. This was posted around by a few different people. I'm not sure where it originated originally. VR Panda, I think, is the original one that might have posted this. It shows what the Quest 3 looks like without a facial interface attached to it. Now, I'm not sure if this is a final version. This is probably like a developer version or something like that, but you can see the difference in size. Now, inevitably, someone's going to say the angle is what's causing that, and I agree, the angle is kind of tricky, because you're seeing plastic on the Quest 2 where technically is open space beneath that because your eyes are farther away from the screens. Now that's where the key comes in, okay? The Quest 3 and the Quest 2 weigh pretty much the same. It's the size of the actual headset that makes the difference. It sits way closer to your face. And there is significantly less plastic there, and it is thinner because your eyes sit closer to the screens. That's why the facial interface can sit that close to the Quest 3, whereas the Quest 2, the facial interface sits that far back. There's a lot of extra plastic there because your eyes can't sit as close to the screens due to the fact that they're using Fresnel lenses and not pancake lenses. So I thought that was a fun comparison that someone was making on Twitter. A lot of people were commenting on it saying, that it wasn't a fair comparison, and maybe not 100% fair. It probably does make it look slimmer than it really is with the facial interface on it. But still, you've got to admit, it is thinner because your eyes are closer. So if you think of it from that perspective, then it's 100% accurate. Speaking of the Quest 3, I don't know if I mentioned this in a video yet or not. I did a short on it, but the release date for the Quest 3 might have been leaked. An Amazon listing from the Canadian Amazon website listed an October 10th release date for the Quest 3, which is not that long away, really, when you think about it. It's tomorrow's September, and then we've got the rest of September and a few days of October. That makes sense, though, because it's almost exactly 2 weeks after Connect, which would allow for like a 2-week pre-order period, which would make total 100% sense to me. That's what I assumed was going to happen anyways, but having an October 10th date makes perfect sense to me. Now, that has since been removed, and I don't know if it was accurate in the first place, but considering it was pulled, there's a good chance that that could be accurate. Now, we've talked about Quest 3 stuff. Let me just go through a couple other Quest news pieces before the end of the week that I wanted to share with you really quickly, including some new game releases and upcoming releases. Glassbreakers, which is by Polyarc, the team behind Moss, came out with their brand new game called Glassbreakers. It's free, actually, and it's available on App Lab. I highly recommend checking it out. I haven't personally played it, but I've watched some other people play it, and it's a really cool real-time battler. Put a link down in the description for you to check it out. It's a 1v1 hero battler that looks like it's really cool. I love the Moss universe, and it's cool that they're bringing more games that exist within that same kind of ecosystem. This is a free-to-play style game, apparently with a battle pass. So I'll put a link down in the description for you to check it out. I believe it's available now on App Lab. Walkabout Mini Golf is getting another new course called Elves of the Elfheim, and it looks really cool. That's coming on September 7th. There's so many good courses to choose from in that game now. It's pretty much ridiculous how much they've done with that game. For new releases coming in September, we don't have very many, at least that we 100% know about. There could be some surprise releases, hopefully some big things coming for Connect. But as of right now, there's not a whole heck of a lot being shown that's coming out. All we know that's coming is Toss is coming September 7th to Quest. Looks interesting. You're going to be a monkey and you're going to kind of swing yourself and toss yourself around to these different platform places and swinging and stuff. Looks like it could be interesting. Then you've got Behind the Frame, which comes out on September 14th on Quest and other platforms. This looks to be a very unique experience based around kind of like an anime art style and painting. I heard someplace, I don't remember which one it was, describe it as paint and click. So I don't know what that means exactly, but if you like the art style and the look of the game, then you'll like that. There's 2 other games that I know of for sure launching this month. Hellsleeper VR is coming out September 21st, finally. And that's a lot of fun if you like that style of game. Hellsleeper VR, September 21st, and then the last game, Islanders VR, which is late in the month on September 28th. This is a minimalistic island building game, like a strategy type of game. It looks to be interesting. I like this type of game if it's relaxing. That is what was releasing in September so far. Now I hope, like at Connect, we get an announcement for the new Asgard's Wrath 2 or something big, but my expectation is October will be that because that's when Quest 3 launches. There you go. That's all I've got for you. Some speculation, some leaks, some news. Quest 3 is coming soon, people. Get excited. Are you going to buy the Quest 3, by the way? Let me know down below if you plan on buying it or if you're going to wait and see how the reviews are or if you just don't care at all. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe and happy questing.